Okay, so today we're going to be talking about increasing income and impact with meeting your customers where they are. I think that this is an important conversation for everyone who is using any marketing whatsoever online. And the reason for that is because if we're not speaking to our audience where they are, it's going to be a much further jump for them to start listening to us, to trust us, to understand that we get them. And there's another aspect of this. If you're speaking to people at the, not wrong, because I hate to use the word and term wrong, because I don't really think too much is wrong, but if you are speaking to people at a level at which they have a much further journey, you are really rowing uphill in terms of your marketing, and you could actually end up making the buying cycle super long and lose people on the path. And so therefore, that's why the income piece is really important here for this conversation. These principles come from a book called Breakthrough Advertising. I've referenced it several times before in my talks here, and will continue to whenever these kinds of things come up. I had the idea of doing this because I was coaching someone, and based on who she was speaking to, she was attracting those people, but like they were so new on the customer journey, they were so far down that like her buying cycle was super long, and then she was getting discouraged and feeling like inadequate in her sales process, when really it was just like where she was speaking to people. So if you've had that experience, number one, make sure you are positioning yourself appropriately so that you can shorten your sales cycle. Number two, this is why marketing and sales, I feel, have to go together. And so you hear me talking about sales activities, you hear me talking about marketing, and marketing is your message and your visibility and how people find you and what they remember about you and all of those things. And sales is more of that direct stuff, right? But if your marketing is attracting someone who is in the first phase, where I'm going to talk to about in a second, you have so much more work to do before they even get to the possibility of sale. And so don't make yourself wrong, all of the things, right? Just make sure you keep going. So let's do it. Number one, stage one is unaware. This is the person who is unaware that they have a problem. They are unaware that there is a solution, and this is where the problem is, right? The problem is, if you are trying to market to somebody who is unaware that they have a problem, you first have to sell them on the fact that they have a problem. Then you have to sell them on your potential solution, on the solution and what the solution is. And then you have to sell them on the fact that you offer that solution, right? So you're actually like creating 3 sales that have to happen. And I'm not talking about 3 physical money dollar exchange sales. I'm talking about 3 hoops that you're going to have to put your people through before they actually buy. And this is where that buying cycle can be really extended, because we're having to pull them along so much further. So again, unaware buyer is going to cause you to have a longer buying cycle and have you jumping them through multiple hoops. And so I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So let's say that you are a health coach. You are a health coach but your messaging is you're speaking to people who have no idea that they even need to lose weight. They're like unmotivated to even try to lose weight. When we're looking at the stages of change, if you've had any coach training or you would like to get some, this is one of the things that we look at when we are doing coach training, is like, where are they in the stages of change? And for this unaware buyer, they are in pre-contemplation. They're not even considering getting that happen, starting that change. And so you have to move them through the stages of change in your marketing message, therefore making so much more work for yourself. Okay. So if you're a health coach, for example, the unaware problem person doesn't even know they have to lose weight, and you have to somehow convince them to lose weight, and then that you have the solution. And so that would be an example. Number 2 is problem aware. So problem aware is somebody that knows they have a problem, but they're just unsure what the solution is, and therefore they may be shopping around for various other solutions. Or as long as you speak to the problem and you show them why your solution is a possibility, you can still create the sale without so many hoops as if someone who's unaware. Okay. An example of that is, say you're working with people in finances. So an example of a problem aware person would be somebody who's, you know what, I know I need to get my financials in place. I'm so overwhelmed with like how much time it's going to take and all of that. But I know I need help and I know I need a solution for this. Okay. That's problem aware. And also you want to speak to in your marketing message, like, if this is you and you are sick of this and you don't want another month to go by, that is a really strong messaging, because not only are you getting someone who's problem aware, but you're also going to get someone who's at the stage of change that is ready and willing to implement that change and therefore be ready for the work that you're going to do together. Then we have the person who's solution aware. So this is the person, for example, if we're using the health example again, you are a health coach and they know that they have a problem and that they want to lose weight. And they also know that their main problem with losing weight is lack of accountability. And therefore, they know about the coaching industry and they know that they want to hire a coach to help them with the accountability piece. Okay. So that would be like see how all of the steps are then accounted for when they get to that solution aware. And so that would be step number 3. So I'm just going to recap them because I know we're getting deep into this content. So number 1 is unaware of the problem, unaware of a solution, completely unaware. These people have their head in the sand and you got to pick them up. You got to get them out of the sand and then you sell them on all the things. And like, I think that if you've ever experienced anything, everything in the world is bought and sold. So you have bought and sold solutions at every phase in all of these situations throughout all of our life. And so we can definitely think of ourselves as examples, but we can also think of our own buying behavior, right? If somebody was to come up to me and try to sell me something that I'm totally unaware of a solution, I'm totally unaware of the problem, I'm probably going to be like, I don't know what that person's talking about. I'm fine. I don't need that. So again, just making sure you look at it from both sides can really help you to tailor that message, and also making sure you're speaking to the person that you really want to. Next, number 2, we have problem aware. So this person knows they have a problem. They're just not quite sure what the solution is. And therefore you can guide them towards that solution that you offer if it's a good fit for them. And you want to explain to them, like, how would they know it was a good fit for them? Okay. Then we have solution aware. So solution aware, the person already knows what the solution is that they're going for. And it's just a matter of sharing with them that you are the solution, that your program, your product, your service, like who you are, is the right solution for them. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting easier and easier, less hoops to climb as we're continuing on this path. Next, we have product aware. So this is somebody who probably has already been on your email list and your warm audience. They've seen your program or product. And if you've followed me for any length of time, you know that I really teach the relaunching, right? And this is how you can get someone who's product aware. You don't want to just launch your group program once and be done with it forever, and next month or in 6 months launch a brand new group program. You want to, as much as possible, keep the same program, the same type of messaging, the same type of at least big picture stuff. Unless it was like a launch that you're like, you know what, this is not my target audience. That happened to me actually in 2016 or so. I launched a program and I actually ended up refunding everybody because I was like, you know what, this is no longer my target audience. This is not the work that I want to be doing. I'm going to shift to this kind of work. And in doing that, it allowed the space for me to fully go 100% in on the people that I wanted to serve. So just making sure that you're relaunching, and that's going to create this pool of people who are product aware. Okay. Example, Ford does not come up with brand new cars every single, and like none of the, I just said Ford because like any car dealer, it's usually the same model, it's just upgraded. It's rare that like a brand new model is created. And so you want to have somebody who is that product aware person. And the more of that tried and true signature program that you offer, the more you're going to create that piece. And so that's like a long-term strategy, but also just so you know. And then the final one is the most aware. This person knows the product, they know you're the fit for them. They really just got to get the details, the fine grained details, like how much is it, what are like the calls like, etc. Okay, so that's like the final person. Like maybe they didn't buy last time because of timing for them. This time you're going to launch it and they're like, perfect timing for me. This is the right thing for me, etc. So this is a very hot buyer for you in terms of where they are on their journey to buying from you. So that's what I have for today. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and just let me know what questions you have. I'll be in and out of this video. Have an awesome day. Chat with you soon.